May 24th marks the end of the Second Battle of Ypres. From April 22nd to May 24th, this battle caused 150,000 casualties, 70,000 from the British and French side, and 35,000 from the German side. The last sub-battle of Ypres was the Battle of Bellewaerde. Germans distributed a gas attack covering a 4.3-mile front. After the Battle of Ypres was evacuated and demolished, being destroyed by the war. The Battle of Festubert also ended on this day. At the end of this battle, the British casualties ended at 16,648, while the German casualties sat at 5,000. The result of this battle only ended with the British gain of 3 miles. The Austro-Germans also made their way into Przemysl on the 27th, passing through Russian lines. They continued their march and crossed into the San River 11 miles north of Przemysl. Having gained land, the Austrians also received a defeat in Rome. The Italians seized several towns in the Trentino and launched attacks on the lower Isonzo. During the attacks, the Austrians retired and burned bridges behind them to aid in their retreat. The Italian fleet started its operation in the Adriatic, its purpose to block the Austro-Hungarian coast, and is joined by the British squadron in the mission. China and Japan initiate 2 treaties, one concerning the Shantung province and the other concerning South Manchuria and Inner Mongolia, after Japan delivers China an ultimatum on the 7th. On the night of May 26, the German airship Zeppelin raids southern UK, dropping around 100 bombs and causing major damage and casualties. The Allied campaign of Gallipoli to force the Straits open receives major negative blows. 2 British submarines shot down off the Dardanelles triumphed on the 25th and Majestic on the 27th. On the 25th, preparations of a coalition government in the UK is discussed and is voted to commence by the Unionist Party at the Carlton Club. On May 27th, Mr. Winston Churchill resigns from his status of First Sea Lord of Britain after serving for almost 4 years. He resigns partly due to taking much of the blame for the failure of the Gallipoli landings in the Dardanelles, and Sir H. Jackson proceeds to replace him as First Sea Lord. Foreshadowing next week, starting with the Western Front, the French advance into Labyrinth, north of Arras. During the current battle, French take Albane and gain success near Souchois, taking the refinery and trenches. Germans attack Hooge as the fight continues. On the Eastern Front, Russians take Baltic provinces, and the Austro-German advance into Przemysl. Continues including their attack on forts in this area and the capture of 3 separate Przemysl fronts in Striege. Russians force Austrians to retreat to the East Galicia and are also beaten in the Dniester at Mykolajiv. A German gas attack attempt west of Warsaw is unsuccessful. Moving to the southern front, Turkish success in the Dardanelles. The Austrians perform an air raid in Poland, while the Austrians bomb Bari and Brindisi. On the naval front, the Anglo-French take Jock. At the theater, Russians occupy Vostan. Turks retreat as British defeat Turks at Tigris, and behind the scene in the politics, Dr. Bethmann Hollweg denounces Italy in the Reichstag. During the week of May 21st to May 27th, there were wins and losses across the board. 2 large battles, Second Ypres and Festubert, end during this week. Treaties are signed concerning Japan and China. Germans use various devastating modern attack methods, including gas attacks and the bombing carried out by Zeppelin.